Welcome to chapter 17 of the book of Joshua. Continue now with the sons of Joseph who were born in Egypt, Ephraim and Manasseh. Chapter 16, we went through the land of Ephraim over here to the side, and now we're going to go through the borders of the other son, Manasseh. When Jacob came to Egypt and blessed the sons, he took the two sons of Joseph as his own, and so therefore Ephraim and Manasseh made 12 because Joseph was not named and Levi never received any land. So these two, Ephraim and Manasseh, made the 12 tribes as far as the tribal divisions. And it begins, and the borders of the Felis of Phylum, Oriah, we went through that 2 chapters ago in depth. The borders of the tribe of Manasseh were, for this one is firstborn of Joseph, to Machir, firstborn of Manasseh, father of Gilead. Now we're going to go into all these places, which I will read in the Greek pronunciation. But before, I thought this was interesting, the prototokos. Whenever this word appears, it's this firstborn of Joseph. And Joseph had other children. Generally, when it's more than one, it's called the prototokos. And I made a little word study on the prototokos right here, 44:16. In Matthew 1:25, it says, and he, that would be Joseph, knew her not, until of which she, Mary, that is, bore her firstborn son. And he called his name Jesus. Now, I'm not exactly sure. It was the firstborn son. Does that mean that there's others after? I generally would say yes, that this is probably the case, but I suppose you could be the firstborn and not have any more. But if that was the case, most of the places in the Bible would call that the monogonies, which is down here. We'll get down to that because of the usage in the New Testament. So the firstborn of Mary is Jesus, and we know from the New Testament that she had at least 7 children, at least 2 daughters, because it says daughters, plural, which would make a minimum of 2. It doesn't, and it gives the names of all the brothers of Jesus. And then in Luke 2:7 it says, and she gave birth to her son, the firstborn. Now, I would think if it was the only born, it would say the monogenos. And then in Romans 8:29, it says, for of whom he foreknew, God, also he predefined conformable to the image of his Son, for him to be firstborn among many brothers. That is Jesus. Jesus was the firstborn among many brothers, of who we and you are. And then in Colossians 1:15, it says, who, Jesus, is the image of the unseen God, firstborn of all creation. So that's even, so there are created beings. Jesus was the firstborn of all creation. Jesus was a creation of God taking the human form. And now you could say, well, that's not God then. People have been arguing this for ages, but I just don't see that as a very good argument because there's so many places that refer to Jesus and the Father as one and so forth. And then a little further down in verse 18 of Colossians 1, it says, and he is the head of the body of the assembly, who is the beginning, the firstborn from out of the dead ones. So here's the firstborn of the creation. Now he's the firstborn of dead ones. Now exactly what that entails, the ones dying in front of Jesus, did they rise from the dead, or did they rise? Will they be risen from the dead after Jesus? The arguments from the resurrection were going on at the time of Jesus with the Pharisees and the Sadducees who said there was no resurrection. And then in Hebrews 1:6 it says, "And again, whenever he should bring in the firstborn into the inhabitable world," that is Jesus, he says, "and let all angels of God do obeisance to him." Now, that would be to Jesus. Doesn't say to me. Angels don't bow down to any human. They are higher than the humans right now, but in our resurrected state, we will be higher than the angels, the Bible says. And then in Romans 1:5 it says, "And from Jesus Christ, the trustworthy witness, the firstborn of the dead ones," just as it was here, the firstborn of the dead ones, "and ruler of the kings of the earth." Now, I mentioned the monogenes. 3 places that I saw right away for this monogenes was where it mentioned people having an only child. And the woman whose son died and Jesus came into the town and saw them carrying him out was an only child. And the centurion, I believe, had an only child. The ruler of the synagogue ruler's child, I think, was an only one. And so the monogenes, there's the 2 different forms, quite different. So it goes now into the different names. Machir Prototoko of Manasseh, father of Galaad. For he was a man of war. Polemistes, you can add that to your English derivatives book under 4170. In Gilead and in Bashan. So Gilead, well, it doesn't have it on this one here. Bashan, I believe, is over here in Gilead, a little further down. So Manasseh's there. And there became to the sons of Manasseh, to the ones remaining according to their peoples, to the sons of Aviezer, and to the sons Elek, and to the sons of Esreel, and to the sons of Sihem, and to the sons of Epher, and to the sons of Semidai. These are sons of Manasseh, sons of Joseph. The males, according to their peoples. And to Salphaad, son of Ophir, son of Galaad, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, there was not sons to him, but daughters. Thigateres, the transliteration there, similarities in the letters. And these are the names of the daughters of Salphad: Malah, Noah, Eglah, Melchah, and Thursah. And they stood before Eleazar the priest, and before Esu, Joshua son of Navi, and before the rulers, the archonton, saying, Well, God gave charge through the hand of Moses to give to us an inheritance in the midst of our brothers. And there was given to them an inheritance by order of the Lord, a lot in the midst of their brothers, of their fathers. Now, this again, I hate to keep pushing this and people, look at this as a pun, because a lot with land is a lot of land, but it's actually a throwing of a dice where it falls to who it falls to. And a piece of measured out land fell, see here's fell, to Manasseh. The land didn't fall, but the lot. The plain of Laved from out of the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is on the other side of the Jordan, so that would be up here. For the daughters of the sons of Manasseh inherited a lot in the midst of their brothers. And the land of Gilead became to the sons of Manasseh to the ones left behind. And the borders of Manasseh were from Asher to Machthotth, which is by the face of Shechem. Now, I think that Shechem is probably down in this Manasseh part here. And it goes unto the borders unto Iamin, and unto Iasiv, and unto the spring of Naphtoth, unto the borders of Manasseh belonging to the sons of Ephraim, which is down here. And there's Shechem. I say face of Shechem. And the borders will go down unto the ravine unto the south by the ravine of Eariel, the terebinth tree of Ephraim, in the midst of Manasseh. And the borders of Manasseh unto the north, the Voron, the Aurora Borealis, the Bora, were to the rushing stream, and its outer reaches will be the sea. So here it goes over to the sea. From the south it was to Ephraim, and unto the north to Manasseh. And the sea will be their borders. And unto Asir they join together towards the north. And now this is Asir, if that's what it's talking about. And to Issachar, and there's Issachar here, from the east. So it would be eastwards, I suppose, up here. And Manasseh will be in Issachar. And in Asir, Vithshin, and their towns, and Eavalam, and her daughter towns, and unto the ones dwelling in Dor, and her towns, and unto the ones dwelling in Dor, and her towns, and unto the ones dwelling Tanakh, and her towns, and the ones dwelling Megiddo, and there's Megiddo in here, and her towns, and the third part of Nopheth, and her towns. And the sons of Manasseh were not able to utterly destroy these cities. And the Canaanite began to dwell in this land. So now I think they were down here and they came up. And it came to pass when the sons of Israel grew strong that they made the Canaanites subjects. And as to utterly destroy, they did not utterly destroy them. And the sons of Joseph contradicted Esau, saying, Why do you allot us one lot, and one piece of measured out land? And I am a populous people, polis, poly, many, laos, laity, people. And God, theos, evlogise me, blessed me, eulogy. This comes from that word. And Esau said to them, Well, if you are a populous people, into the forest, ascend into the forest, and clear it out for yourself, there in the land of the Phariseu and of the Rephaim, if Mount Ephraim restricts you. And the sons of Joseph said, Well, Mount Ephraim does not please us, for choice horses and iron weapon, that's like a cavalry, and iron weapon is to all the Canaanite dwelling in the land Emek, in Beth-Thasan, and it says down here valley, so it means valley, in the land, in the valley, and in her towns, and in the valley of Yisrael. And Esau said to the sons of Ioseph, to Ephraim, and to Manasseh, saying, If you are many people, and have great strength, megali, a mega, there shall not be to you only one lot. For the forest shall be to you, for it is a forest, and you shall clear it out. Now maybe this is why they've got this, and they've got this over here, these lands on the map. And his departure, the Canaanite, I suppose, will be to you whenever you should utterly destroy the Canaanite. Though there is a choice cavalry to him, for he's strong. for you excel in strength over him. So this is the division of Manasseh. Next, we go back to the tent of testimony and where it is pitched in this area in the land of Canaan that the sons of Israel have just invaded, and we'll find out exactly where this tent will be and everything about it in chapter 18. And I hope you'll join us. And God bless.